Hey, what's up everybody? Today I'm going to be collaborating with Harry and we're going to be talking about the latest tech trends right now, AMD Ryzen, Nvidia GeForce, and we'll also be talking about a bit on the M1 Max and any new tech companies and new startups that we might be seeing coming out recently.
Alright everyone, thank you for tuning into this video. I would love to welcome Leo into today's video. Go show him some love in the comments, and today we'll just be talking about the trends and what's happening in the technology industry. So yeah, first things first, we're probably gonna be talking about some PC building. So I will somewhat talk about the new Ryzen comparison and maybe also the GeForce restock. So right now what I've been thinking about is when they restock, and that is I literally have no idea when they're going to restock because they didn't give us any updates. So I would be guessing around Q2 of 2021 that they both restock their GeForce and their Ryzen, because I mean right now it's complete literal bull. Right now it's literally everything's out of stock and I really hate it. So yeah, what do you think about it? Yeah,
I doubt also that they're going to do it anytime soon. Yeah, Q2 seems reasonable, but I don't know, it's just this time round I was watching actually a Linus Tech Tips video recently and I saw he was, at least mapped back at release date, he had no hope at all for anyone being able to buy them, even though the 3080, I believe it is, no 3070, looked like a really, really good card comparing to the 2070 Ti. It was much better than that. He just said, look, it's a great card, but the chance of anyone being able to buy them is pretty nothing. Like, it's just not going to happen. At least he's in Canada, but I don't know what the case is for you in Australia. How's that? How do you find that?
Yeah, but the thing is I really find weird is how all of the Radeon low-end cards, such as the RX 570 and the RX 580 and maybe even the 5500 XT, they're literally all completely out of stock. Some suppliers even remove them from their store. And then here comes a random 3090 that just comes into stock out of nowhere, and I'm like, what the hell is happening? So yeah.
Oh, I haven't actually seen the 3090. And it's in stock, are you saying, for you?
Yeah. And what else do we have about new PC building trends? I think that's all. I realized the low stock from tonight, from this afternoon. So yeah, it's pretty recent for my discovery. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was just looking here just right now. I'm on Amazon. The 3090, not at all in stock in the UK. Literally none. Not even one. So yeah, I don't know when that's going to happen. There's not even any reviews on it, which is very surprising considering it's been out.
The thing I really hate about is the suppliers just not not getting good protection against botting, like checking out and buying stuff, like shoes, for example. They should really add some protection to that. Newegg apparently gave some protection to that, and but still everything's sold out, probably because of how popular the new card is and how Nvidia described it to be a few times more performance, and also how cheap and more affordable it is rather than the 2080 or the 2080 Ti. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. I mean, compared to what do you think about the Ryzen, the new Ryzen? Because they kept on the same process from what I saw. It's still 7 nanometer, so they didn't change too much. But then they do say that the performance is about 2 times, and that in terms of power consumption, they've kept that the same. So
I would say that is pretty good. I'm literally the only thing right now that I expect from Ryzen over Intel is that they said their Ryzen 9 5950X would overpower the 10900K. So I just really want that to happen right now for both productivity and gaming, because I mean that's why productivity is why I buy Ryzen, and that's what is in my PC right now. So yeah, usually I would do more productivity than my gaming. So That's why I have this in my system. So what I really hope now is for AMD to rise their game in gaming and beat Intel, so then we can both have a great productivity and also a great gaming experience.
That's curious. I mean, how come you chose to go with AMD for productivity right now? Like, what's your editing software would you use?
For editing videos, I use Adobe Premiere Pro. I did consider using Sony Vegas, but I realized how expensive that was. Premiere Pro is still kind of expensive, but at least I get a student discount, which is very nice of Adobe to do. Then that is also why I like Adobe better, because they also got a whole range of compatible software such as After Effects. You can directly import and export After Effects templates and graphics into your Premiere Pro and edit your video from there. Or maybe it's Photoshop. You can add a file from Photoshop into Premiere Pro to make your image, to make a video more cool with these images that you have created on Photoshop. So yeah.
Yeah, that's curious. Yeah, I mean, when I used to use PCs, so I've kind of left that, but I was using also Adobe, and yeah, the integration between all of them is great. I mean, now I'm on Final Cut, so I moved away from all that, but yeah, I'm on the other side, let's say. But I still do understand Adobe, and I think it is an amazing suite of apps to have.
So what about Apple? What do you think of their new M1 chips and how they think they're better than their old Intel and graphics, the Intel graphics and also the Intel processing units? What do you think about the M1 chips?
Yeah, I think M1 has completely changed the game, in my opinion. I think it's especially if we're talking about the laptop side of things. I think it's unrivaled, and realistically, for the majority of people, I think this is going to be the way to go in the future for most companies. I think a lot will follow in Apple's footsteps now, and I mean, if you look at just for one point, if you just look at the speed, which is only one small part, it's changed. It's gone a stupid amount up for M1, and you can compare it to, for example, the MacBook Air, the i3 model, which costs a similar amount to the new M1 model of the MacBook Air. It is a lot faster, more than double the speed, and also that affects again then battery life. And they also run very cool, and that is another thing that I think is amazing with the M1, and that you really can't compare to, at least in laptops with Intel, because for example the M1 doesn't even have a fan. Yes, it does thermal throttle, but even when it gets to that point, it's still usable, and the benchmarks that you can get from it are, I've never seen anything like it, because it's the same. Yeah, I don't know what you think of that, Harry. How do you find M1 to be?
I would definitely find what you said pretty true. So you said that speed was good, but battery life, you said, does that cost more battery life, right?
No, actually, I think the M1, it's the battery is amazing. Like with the MacBook Air, they say Apple
Right.
again, they quote the numbers 18 hours of
Oh,
screen usage.
what?
Mental.
18 hours.
18
Hours
hours, and that's
compared
the
to the
Air. That's the
11
one with,
hours before.
yeah, and that's the lesser one. 20 hours on the Pro. Yeah,
Bruh.
yeah, and
And also, yeah. So cool. And also, I was actually very surprised when you said they didn't have a fan, because immediately when you said, I was like thermal throttling, and then you were like thermal throttling, and then I'm like, and then you still said benchmarks were very good as well. So I'm actually pretty surprised. I was actually meant to order an M1 for a school laptop, but then that got cancelled because I was meant to move somewhere else and live there, and I needed another computer, and I went to M1 as my first go-to point because of that, because the school wanted me to buy buy a MacBook. So yeah, definitely M1. I'm very sure it is a good investment for people who are just getting started with the productivity and stuff like that. And once people get advanced in laptops and stuff, and they can start migrating to platforms such as desktop PCs or high-end Windows 10 productivity laptops and stuff like that. So yeah.
yeah, that definitely makes sense. I agree with that. The two things I would just say in terms of M1 is that if someone out there is looking to get a laptop from Apple with the M1 chip, I wouldn't really recommend the Pro. The Air, even though the Pro does have a fan, the Air doesn't. That's pretty much the only difference. And people have shown over the past 3 months of their release that it doesn't make a difference, and that even though it does thermal throttle, the performance you're getting out of it is maybe 10% slower in certain tasks, and other than that, it's pretty much the same. So you're going to save about £300 in the UK. I don't know what that is in dollars in Australia, but yeah.
The £300, that's actually a lot. It's around $500 Australian probably. That is basically a lot of that gone, because the MacBook Pro, I think in Australian dollars is $22.99. That's off the top of my head. I haven't been on Apple for ages. I don't know what it is in UK pounds, but I'm expecting it to be pretty high up. But I mean, you said £300 off. That's actually quite a lot, because I mean, when Apple does their price ranges, they either go from they would normally go for the really big ones, such as I've once known an Apple laptop that is 22,000, and then the next model up was like 3,000. So that's something Apple probably has a lookout for. Maybe introduce some mid-range between the two high-end laptops that we have right now. So yeah, I think that's all I've got for M1 chips.
No worries, that sounds good.
Alright, Leo, I think we should talk probably a bit about the trends and all of the cool gadgets that companies decide to propose to us about, including some very weird but cool things from Razer, and also a bunch of cool and innovative tech that we should probably check out, maybe some crypto as well, but we'll go on during our talk. So
yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So first of all, I think I found out something, and that is...
Yeah, an interesting one.
Interesting Project Hazel from Razer. So apparently they say it's the world's smartest mask, and they have a video here. I think I watched it. It's literally just a mask, but with the N95 respirator, and then also freaking mic and amplifier systems on them. So
auto sterilization. My God, fair enough.
Oh, the case is absolutely amazing. Look at that.
I assume it's UV, like a UV light that's sterilizing it, something like that. My God.
That's smart. Like, that's pretty smart. And
yeah, it's a bit over the top. Of course they had to put RGB.
RGB. Yeah, putting RGB
no
on the mask. Wouldn't that just get you too much attention that you probably don't need? So yeah.
And the see-through one as well. That I can't imagine that being too great.
Nope, that might not.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But you know what? If they can sell it, if they have a market for it, why not? Why not?
Yeah, why not? Low light mode, so interior lights light up when it's automatic, when it's dark. Okay. Transparent design, we just talked about that. Voice amp technology, so built-in mic and amplifier, so then you don't get that muffled thing when you're talking. Imagine wearing this to class, and then teacher asks you a question, and you have your mask, and everyone else have a mask on, and then the teacher's like, "What the hell are you saying?" And then you're the only one that can actually speak clearly. Though that's maybe something that actually is cool to think about.
That's for sure. Like for me, like when I'm working, for example, you just can't hear your clients. You can't hear clients at all, and so that would definitely be a help. But I'm not sure how much. Like, what's the battery then? That's another thing. What would be the battery life on something like that?
The thing is, if this thing is running off batteries, then it's I can see that the case is a charging case from this little prong here. I think it charges something over here. Maybe it just charges these ventilators, which are actually built in with the mic and stuff. So then it charges basically everything, including the RGB lights, which are too over the top.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think they just charge all of that at once. So yeah. And then you got replaceable filters, as they said, charging case with UV sterilizer, and then durable design. This is something that a lot of masks should have, and that is durable design, because sometimes if you grab a disposable mask or something, a light tug on the sides would make it snap.
When it's broken,
And also the fabric itself. Sometimes if you buy a really low quality one, sometimes if you get caught in something and you tear it really hard, you actually might tear the whole mask. But the thing
Yeah,
is,
exactly.
yeah, I have not seen a plastic mask before though. That's the thing.
I've seen them, but they get dirty. They just don't look good, you know. Yeah, it's not. I don't think that would work out too well if it's see through. So, but you know, it's like it's much better for the environment, like you say. But I'm just not sure if people would actually pick something like that over, you know, those material ones that look quite nice anyway.
Right. They said it's waterproof, and I'm guessing the waterproof is only for the ventilators, just in case
Yes.
someone sprays water at your face. It's scratch resistant, which would probably make sense due to it being transparent, and a scratch
Yeah.
would probably be very visible in that. So yeah, and
Mm.
it's made by recyclable plastic. Um, so active ventilation brings cool air in and release heat. And that is actually probably a very important thing for
Wow.
masks,
Yeah.
because if it releases heat, then you don't get this very stuffy feeling inside your mouth and your mask. And I think that one's a really important factor to consider as well. So yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is. But yeah, it feels like they're going a bit too deep into this. It feels like they're planning on this being used for a while longer, which is for me. I hope not, but obviously we'll see.
Yeah.
Insane.
It's an airtight seal, which means if you wear glasses and you put on the mask, it doesn't fog
Yeah.
up your mask. It doesn't fog up your glasses. Or if you just ate a mint and you put on your mask and you breathe,
Exactly.
and then it just goes in your eyes, and then it
Yeah.
just feels really
Oh,
bad. So,
Okay, I haven't experienced that one yet, but yeah, no, I understand the glasses.
yeah.
God.
Adjustable ear loops. That's also probably pretty good as well. So yeah. Personalized. Being no smart mask would be complete without a little flair, so offering 16.8 million colors, which is probably RGB, and a suite of iconic colors. Basically, just Razer Chroma RGB, and yeah, these are just some cool snapshots of the actual mask itself. So I see this kind of looking either cool or either looking kind of stupid. What do you think?
I'd fall to the stupid side unless you can make it work. You know, like maybe if you've got your Razer keyboard in front of you and you link up the RGB to it, maybe then you'll look good.
Yeah, that would be very good. And my lights just turned off again. I just realized. Let me turn these back on. So yeah, Razer Project Hazel. At least it's still a concept right now. So you can get notified of this
Yeah.
if they actually do it. But it's just a concept right now. So
Yeah, they might just not bother with it. To be fair, we'll see.
so what would you give this a rating out of 10?
Oh, we're gonna do ratings. Okay. I'd say in terms of being a viable project that's useful, I'd say it's maximum a 5 or a 6. That's needed. That's necessary. But in terms of coolness, you could probably give it a bit more than that. How about you?
Me too. Somewhere around that would be probably where I would put it as well. It's useful. It's useful, but I would just say probably, it design looks cool, but I'm scared about it looking weird on you. So that is literally all I care about. But
Exactly.
the performance on this thing of what they're gonna say is actually pretty cool, and if I do get one, I'll probably try it out. So yeah, just to see what it's like.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
Yeah. Moving on.
All right.
I think we got a. I think this is a ring, like the Sensor X ring. Let's speed things up a bit. So, I think this is
Yeah.
the Sensor S ring. It's basically a ring that's 12 features merged into a ring.
Yeah.
Six accessories with 12 features into four different colored rings. So apparently you can gesture control your music. You can have Bluetooth call for up to 1 hour. You
But
can.
imagine holding a ring next to your face like this. Like you'd be that guy doing this.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'd assume so.
doing that. Yo, hello everyone. Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Does that look
Hey,
cool or does that look
it
weird?
could look either. You know, I think if
Yeah.
people actually understand you're using a ring, it's cool. Otherwise, you just look like a bit of a someone who's something else is going on in their head. You know? So exactly.
1 hour of talk time. All right. Data storage. Damn, this thing's gonna convert into a USB now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Then NFC payments. Damn, that's actually gonna be very useful. I'm not gonna
Very
lie.
useful.
Very, very useful. Silent alarm depends on the person. I mean, a small vibration might wake someone up, might not wake someone up. So yeah.
Yeah.
SOS alert. Pretty useful, I would say.
Yeah.
Literally,
Definitely.
someone stalking you, press your ring a couple of times
bang.
or something, call the emergency services. Damn. I mean, they wouldn't even know back there. They wouldn't even know.
No
So
one have
yeah.
no clue.
Voice Assistant, I'm pretty sure they confirmed that they're going to be using Google Assistant and Voice Assistant. I don't know. Sorry, Google Assistant and Siri. I don't think they're going to get started with Alexa, though. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've never been much of an Alexa user, so I'm not too sure what that is. But definitely, I love Google Assistant, so I think that's fine.
I love Google Home. I literally have one right there, and I accidentally pulled out my freaking headphones. Goddamn. So, I am going to plug this back in. There we go. Keyless entry. Welcome to the era of keyless. Oh my god, this is going to be very useful if you live in an apartment or somewhere that has a gate.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that on my home door though. Like a Bluetooth home, I wouldn't trust it. But you were saying you have that on a home gate.
Yeah. So well, I live in a townhouse, so there's just a big gate out the front. So if I will be able to just tap the gate. Then I'll be able to enter, because then there would be a series of houses behind us, so it's probably just the big gate that we have to care about. So yeah.
Fair enough. Sounds good.
Alright. Fitness tracking.
Yeah.
Damn. IPX7 water resistant, so I think does that mean it only protects on water and no dust?
I think it's just like splash, essentially, because I know it's IP67 and 68 means literally resistant up to a certain amount of depth, but X7, I think it's splash and maybe slightly dust resistance, but not much.
Because I search up IPX7, it says submerged up to like 1 meter
really?
for 30 minutes. Because look, also IPX7. It
Yeah,
says,
you're right. 30 minutes. 30 minutes, 1 meter. Wow,
Can be
that's
submerged.
great. That means you can go swimming.
Yeah, that's actually very, very, very useful then. You can go for a swim with this thing now, so yeah. I think that's pretty good for the specs. Now if I go pre-order now...
Let's see if they're actually going to release this, that's the thing.
Yeah. They said they're going to release this quarter 2 of 2021, so I think that's around April. Is that right? Pretty sure it's April.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quarter
2, yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty reasonable price at $189 for, I mean, all of these things. I mean, I would look at Apple and say, gosh damn, your AirPods are like, AirPods Pros are like $399, and then you can have this ring you can just hold to your ear and just talk with, so yeah.
I mean, it's a... But then again, they're not producing other products, so it's that link. But yeah, personally, I wouldn't buy AirPods. I think it's a rip-off, but like you say. But yeah, that's definitely a point.
Yeah.
It
1 year
might actually
warranty.
So yeah, 1 year warranty. That's not
1 year
bad.
warranty. Not bad. International free shipping. Shipping internationally. That is actually a lifesaver.
Really good.
Usually, the shipping is gonna give you like an insane amount of money added to your order. So yeah.
Yeah, because like knowing for both of us being not in the US, any US products. Yeah.
I think
this
isn't a US product.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it's a US product. I don't know where it came from, but I'm pretty sure it's not a US product.
Fair enough.
Color, matte black, the white, the space gray, and the rose gold.
There's no gold though. No gold ring.
No gold ring. So yeah. Personally, out of these 4 colors, I have no idea what to choose, to be honest.
I'd go with the matte black. I think probably.
Matte black,
yeah.
Probably me too. This is the thing though. They have size 8, 10, 12, and 14. They don't have 9, 11s, and 13s because I, right here, am a size 9 and I don't know what to choose. Because if you
honestly don't know what size. Yeah.
If you have a size 10 ring and then you have a humongous ring like that, and that is like it's like the width of your knuckle to your
Yeah.
if you grab it too big of a ring, then it will just completely slide off and also move around a lot, maybe discomfort as well. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. Hopefully they bring out different sizes.
Me too. The ring looks pretty. That's like the size I was talking about. It's pretty humongous.
It's quite big.
Yeah.
Oof, yeah, that worries me a bit actually. Because you really want this to be a thing you wear every day and you don't worry about it, you know. That's why I was thinking, compared to, for example, the Apple Watch or any Android Wear watch, they're much bigger and you can still do those payments on it. But because it's on your wrist, it doesn't bother you as much. So putting this on your finger might be a different story. Although payments, compared to an Apple Watch, it's nicer. I think it's much more seamless using a ring. So,
Yeah.
So you get two USB dongles for the sensor ring. It's on a like this thing. I don't know what to call it, but so yeah. Three axis accelerometer, vibration motor, NFC.
So the classic ones.
Yeah. 4 GB of storage. I don't know why they said memory. Because
does it say display there? Sorry.
Oh, what the?
Does it say display?
Display? Oh, I think I get what that means. You see this little black thing over here?
Yeah.
I think that is what the display is. It might be able to show like what your it might be able to show your calls and stuff like that. I think I watched the video, the introduction video, and it shows this as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Protected against hand washing, splashing, and can be submerged for 30 minutes, I'm guessing. So yeah. 2 days of battery life, single charge, I'm guessing.
That's very good.
That's
very good.
incredible, actually. That's very good. And then charging ring every few days. Lithium polymer, 0 to 100% in 1 hour. I'm not surprised though, really, because
it's small battery.
Tiny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bluetooth 5.0. That's pretty nice. It's made out of aluminum, whatever you...
Hey, aluminium. I agree with you on that one. Yeah, aluminium all day, every day.
And diamond-like carbon coating, so I'm guessing that's going to prevent scratches. Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't trust any of these scratch things, because like the only thing I've seen so far that protects against scratches is like the self-healing LG phones from back in the day. That's the only thing that I've seen that actually is scratch resistant. Like these, you scratch it. So
2.58 millimeters of thickness. What? Where's my ruler?
Let me get. Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. Let me just see.
That is a thick ring.
What did they say? What was it? 2 point... I can't read on your screen.
It says 2.5, 2.5.
Oof.
Dude, that is huge. But I mean, it's a smart ring, so I understand. So yeah. And here comes the thing. 11.35 millimeters to 15 millimeters wide.
15 millimeters wide.
That is more than a centimeter wide.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Minimum. Oof.
Minimum is 11 as well, and maximum is 15. So damn, that's actually very, very huge. I just realized.
Yeah. I think if this is the first generation, though, they'll cut it down over time. Yeah, 9 to 12 grams. Okay.
Grams, understandable with the size. So yeah.
Yeah.
Then you grab operating temperature to negative 10 degrees to 60. What? Oh, 60 degrees as in like outside temperature. I thought the ring was going to go to 60 temperature. So yeah. Maximum operating altitude. Why is there operating altitude now? 8,000 meters high. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty. That's very high. That's so high up. Yeah. Syncs with macOS, iPhone 4S, and iPad 3 Gen, and Android 5.0. That's actually very good because then you can have an older generation phone as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. And music control via Bluetooth Classic on Android devices and Bluetooth LE on iOS devices. Not bad.
Fair enough.
Last thing I want to talk about. Okay. Yeah. Last thing I want to talk about is their refund policy, which I'm pretty sure is in the. Sorry, wrong one. Okay, so it's probably in their cancellations and refunds policy.
Yeah, let's have a look at this.
So it says, okay, I'm getting a bit confused here. So it says if a customer opts in for a sensor S string, the pre-order amount is fully refundable before it's getting shipped from our warehouse. In the event
Okay.
the customer requests for cancellation of the booking after shipped by us, the customer shall not be entitled to any refunds.
Ooh, okay, so
Ooh.
it's not as good as we thought, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh. So then they
It's a
say,
startup. It's understandable for a startup.
yeah. But I really wanted this line though. Customers shall have the right to request replacement for faulty products within 15 days of time. 15 days of time, and then in their actual shop now page it says 1 year warranty. Usually warranty
Yeah.
would cover some things like that. So yeah.
You'd think so, but then they haven't put. I don't know if there's an asterisk next to that warranty, but you know, I never trust the warranty. There's probably something weird in their privacy policy about that.
Is in their shipping policy, which we went over before we started recording. It says returns due to change of mind. Sensor will happily accept returns due to direct orders which are made under Sensor.pro due to change of mind, as long as returned to receipt by us within 10 days of receipt. Item are returned to us in original packaging, unused and resellable condition. So these things don't match up. Like it doesn't match
Yeah,
up.
not at all.
So yeah. If it matches up, then probably I would at least just trust them. But since they're not matching, I really don't trust the
You don't,
reliability
yeah.
of this thing. So yeah.
I'd wait till it's at least been used and reviewed by a few people if it comes out, you know.
Yeah. All right. Now let's quickly talk about crypto. So
Let's have a little chat on this.
yep. 1 Bitcoin now equals
50K.
71k Australian dollars.
Yeah.
50,000. That's around. Let me Google
Yeah.
that. 71k USD to AED.
It's like 51.
Oh, sorry,
wrong.
wrong way. That's like 55k.
55, yeah. It's mental.
Yeah.
I mean, did you get into Bitcoin early, personally, or not?
Personally, here's my backstory. At 10k.
Oh, okay, let's hear.
At 10k, I asked my parents to buy me point something or 1 Bitcoin. Now, when it went up to 20k, I mean like, can you see this? And then they're like, nah, I
Yeah.
think they're gonna drop. 30k, I asked them again. They said it's gonna drop. And then 50k, I'm like, please. And then they said, sure, I'll give you a tiny bit of Bitcoin. Then it goes up, and then
Yeah.
yeah, well I
No,
basically
fair enough.
kind of cheat. Actually, yeah, I'm really kind of pissed at them for not giving it to me when it was like at 10k. But
I think though we're still early on. We're still early on this year. You know, personally, I mean, I bought like £20 of it when it was at first time I bought was 11k pounds, which is a bit more in dollars. And then since then I've just been adding on like a little bit, different coins and that. But it's a crazy market. But I think there is one of the most important things right now, crypto, is to have a good exit strategy, because I think it could crash. These happen every 4 years, these bull runs. So I'm not sure how long it's going to last. I hope it does for like the end of the year, but we'll see how it goes.
Bitcoin has a pretty steady growth chart. But
It does, yes.
in the last few hours, it's getting pretty stable. So that's why I was pretty hesitant when buying around the 60k mark, which is 60k Australian dollar mark. Sorry. So yeah. But if I go back into ALL, it literally starts off at around $2, but I can't see. I can't see from up there.
Imagine you bought 100 Bitcoin at $2. You know?
At $2, and then
Imagine
you go like fling up to here to
Yeah,
55k.
I know, yeah.
So that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we take a look at Binance Coin. Binance to the
Binance.
moon. You went like fling, and then go straight from freaking what is this? Straight from, I can't see it. does it not say? Just straight from here, and then it goes like bang straight up.
Yeah.
And then now,
Absolutely mental.
and then now it just went back down by like 20% from what I just saw like today. So yeah.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. So like now would be if you still believe Binance is going to go up, now is a good time to buy actually in this little drop. Personally, I'm not buying into Binance yet properly because I've got other coins I'm interested in. I'm not going to try and FOMO into them, so.
For the past day, it's been pretty unsteady. For the past week, damn, swing straight up.
There you
So,
are.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dash, you would like to talk about?
Yeah, Dash was another one that's very interesting. I mean, compared to most of the coins now that are in, I believe it's in the top 100 or top 200. I don't know if you can see that. The market rank 31. Yeah. So it's quite high up. Yet it's one of the only coins that hasn't properly gone like anywhere near really its all-time high. Personally, I think it's a project that to definitely look into, and I think it has a lot more room to grow. So that's definitely an interesting one.
Yeah. Taking a look into Ethereum. Ethereum has first of all, let me get this straight. Do you pronounce it Ethereum or Ethereum?
I say Ethereum.
Ethereum.
Ethereum, yeah.
Ethereum.
But I probably,
Ethereum.
I don't know. I think there's not a bad way to say it. Like,
Yeah.
It's just
I
watching too
literally
many
just-
American YouTubers.
Yeah. From time to time, I say Ethereum, I say Ethereum. I like just randomly switch between the two.
Fair
I
enough.
never really say Ether, although that's literally like the short term. But
Yeah, ETH's like the short, yeah.
Yeah.
I never say that.
I think some people say Ethereum. Ethereum is because they pronounce the first ether and then they just say eum. So
Yeah,
Ethereum.
that's true.
And then Ethereum is also
Yeah.
the other one. So yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Pretty steady increase. If I go into all, I had a spike here, and then now it's going to fling back up to the top. Literally breaking. What? This used to be literally
Yep,
a
it
dollar, and
Most
then
of them, yeah.
yeah, I know most of them start off
Mental.
really low.
It's
And you go like
mental.
swing up to like $2,000. So yeah, that's very, very, very.
Yeah, I'm curious who it is that's actually bought right at the start and who managed to hold through the first crash in 2017. Like the people that did that, props to them, So
Yeah, and also I'm pretty sure many people have done this mistake like too many times, and that is buying Bitcoin like 2010 when it's like $2 or something, or 2009, I forgot, when it was really low, like around $2 or
Yeah.
something, and then they bought it. Now it's so much, and then I'm pretty sure a guy lost $225 million because they forgot a freaking password to their Bitcoin wallet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, very possible.
very
Yeah.
possible.
So they're trying to be secure using a ledger, but in the end
Yeah.
it didn't work out. So,
Guys, when you write your password down, put it somewhere safe. Make sure you don't lose it, or just save it on the
Exactly.
internet, or get a hardware
just, like-
wallet and try not break it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Exactly. Or be one of those people that really takes it to the next level and get like a security deposit box, put it
Yeah.
in one of them. You're good. You're good. But,
yeah,
you know,
you're good.
right.
All right, so I think you wanted to talk about Neuralink, just probably. for
Yeah.
a few
Yeah.
seconds. So,
that would be an
That would be an
interesting
interesting
one.
one.
Would it help if I
would it
share
help
my
if I share my
screen
screen quickly?
Or
Yep, no
Or
worries.
yeah,
let me
let me just do that.
just do that.
There we are.
There we are.
So Neuralink.
Neuralink.
I believe this is the website. I might be on the wrong one, but yeah. So Neuralink, that's a very interesting thing. It's Elon Musk, one of his, I would say less major things he's doing right now, because I'd say SpaceX and Tesla are the main ones, but this probably going to be huge in the next, I'd say 5 to 10 years. So it's going to start off actually helping people with Alzheimer's, people who are paralyzed, and who have different issues relating to their nerves mainly. So essentially what he's going to do is put a implant into just above your ear. It's like, I believe it's like a centimeter squared, and they'll connect wires to different parts of your brain, and then they'll sew you back up, and it wouldn't look like you have it at all, which is the scary part. So you would not know if someone had this. And they're going to start off with these type of people, they say, so people who need it, and from them gain people's trust essentially, and eventually put it into just normal people who want it, who are interested in having it. He says you'd have to sign a lot of papers even to get it, but that eventually you wouldn't need to talk to people anymore, and you could think something, and they would like hear you by thinking, essentially like a phone, like a voice message, but without thinking. Like, it blows my mind. And he says it's possible, very possible. This is what it is. This is like a big version of it. So, very interesting, I'd say. But I don't know what your thought is on that. Scary, not scary?
For the first thing, as soon as you said, you'll be able to communicate over just by thinking of stuff. I think I really won't trust that. I mean, you said he wants, Elon Musk probably definitely has to gain trust to put into a regular person. But even if then, I probably still wouldn't get this, because what if there's like this slight percent chance of getting hacked through that thing? That will be absolutely horrible. Like, I cannot describe it. It's gonna be so bad.
Yeah.
And he says it is possible. It would be possible to get hacked, you know. So like, there'd have to be a lot of security measures in place. Yeah, I mean, just look at it. Just look. So like, this little link they implant, and then
It's quite big, to be fair. It's quite big.
Yeah. I'd also think it would be great for someone you said who has like Alzheimer's or like disabled or paralyzed. Maybe, and I think that will be pretty important for them. Because really they wouldn't have too much of an option. So if Neuralink actually develops something like this, it will probably be a good shot for them to try it out. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that is definitely where it would probably start.
I mean, if you look here, like, they literally have an app where it connects to Bluetooth, and you control yourself through an app.
It's crazy.
I agree with you on it. I wouldn't personally. I don't think I would do it at least straight away, or probably never. Like, it's not going to be, I don't think, a big part of our lives, but I think in the future, the next generation.
Yeah. It is very possible though. Like, I would say it's very possible. So, I'm pretty sure you can make this. Elon is on the right track to, he has a good heart to try and help someone with Alzheimer's and disabilities. Probably, just not to the point where you want to give it to a regular human. I think, we're good as is. So yeah.
Yes, yeah, I'm happy with the way we are. Like, we don't need this, like, but you know, Elon always thinking in the future. So yeah, we'll see. But there we are. It's an interesting thing to see.
Cool. So I think that wraps up everything that we have to
I
talk
think that wraps
about.
it up.
The latest trends in the start of 2021.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Leo, for being in the part of my video. I really appreciate it. And everyone, go show him some love in the comments. And I'll link his channel in the description below if you want to go check him out.
Yeah.
And as always, like and subscribe to both of our channels.
Yes. Thank you, Harry.
No worries.
Perfect. I'll link your channel in my description too. So yeah. So here's Harry, everyone, who's from my channel. But yeah.
Thank you. And if that's all, it's Harry and Leo here. Peace out.